back to the Breakroom,
Hello.
everybody. This is a action-packed episode. We have got a lot of exciting things happening in the news. Namely, we've got a new AHSOKA trailer.
Yes.
Let's get right into it and talk some AHSOKA. What did everybody think of this new trailer?
I mean, a lot of lightsaber action, which you love to see. I love the spinning lightsaber.
Yes.
Very, very, very cool. I mean, as a big ANDOR stan, apologies to ANDOR. One thing I loved about that show, no Jedi, no lightsabers, keep it clean, keep it bureaucracy.
This is a hard right
This
from
is
that,
like,
baby.
the magic's back, baby. We got lightsabers, we got the Force. We still got Mon Mothma, cute little hologram of Mon Mothma. But yeah, I mean, very, very action-packed stuff and cool to see a lot of the Rebels characters
While,
in
like,
full form.
tonally dark.
Very
kind
dark,
of Andor-ish,
yeah.
right? Like the color scheme, a lot of the tone of the conversation is that very mature kind of dark. This is not like Kenobi, Happy Sunny, Tatooine kind of energy, right? Yeah.
I really liked Ray. We just recently lost Ray Stevenson, and like to see the power. He always had such a presence on screen. To see him play this role to open the trailer, I thought it was really smart to just be like, okay, we're in. And that first line, like, you know, we're not Jedi, establishing like someone probably saw a lightsaber, like, oh, we're safe. Nah, like I like the impact of the moment. So I thought the whole trailer had a lot of really impactful moments that feel like. This is a very cheesy thing to say. The trailer felt like it had a trailer moments, but like everything felt like they had those build-ups. So I'm excited to see the action sequences that feel like Star Wars. Like it felt like the moments you talk with your dad about in the theater. So I don't know. The trailer got me.
Yeah. Yeah, him going... Balon, is that his character's name?
I think so.
Going down that hallway. Very Darth Vader-esque, you know? You see some of those, like, rebel helmets and stuff, and they're like, no.
And Mary Elizabeth
Force
Winstead
pushes.
Right.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead is that new character that I don't know of. Looked awesome. I assume that's a new character, but I don't know Star Wars lore nearly as deep as the Rebel lore. But, I mean, it all looked awesome.
I think
Ahsoka is, like, incredible.
They're both new characters, I believe.
Okay.
Have these kind of, like, orange lightsaber, kind of bad, kind of good, you know, right in the middle. Because traditionally, you know, the red's the Sith and all the other colors are the
And Ahsoka's
Jedi.
the first white
She's the
lightsaber,
white
right?
because she's neutral. Well,
She's
I mean,
the
she's
Switzerland.
good. She's good, but she's not aligned with the Jedi. 'Cause,
Right.
as we know, the Jedi are evil. Okay.
Whoa,
She's not
here
on
we
their
go
side.
again with this propaganda.
Tommy is our resident Star Wars expert.
Yes, thank
and
you.
you're familiar with your Sabine Wrens and your Ezra Bridgers.
Maybe leaning on Coy a bit for some of the more animated moments. But,
and again, so these are right, and for a film and Mando fan only as myself, I've never delved into the animated series, right? Like I'm familiar with these names, but I haven't seen them before.
Sure.
But they have a rich and established Dave Filoni canon.
And are very much at the end of that show fragmented, so that this reads, you know, I think, you know, they've lost. Coy, correct me where I'm wrong. Their spiritual leader in Kanan is gone, sacrificed himself. Ezra is gone with Thrawn. They think he's dead, right?
And I think Thrawn is going to be building that like Thanos-esque long game. That's what I gathered is like the Thrawn will be the thing that brings all the worlds together from what we know in the shows.
Yes, I agree.
And so this is, we think the time period that will be shown in Ahsoka has not yet been portrayed in animated series.
Right.
Is that right?
After Rebels, it's kind of like in congruence with what's going on in Mandalorian right now. You know, we saw her in season 2 and season 3 of Mando. Did she show up in season 3? No, season 2 of Mando and season 1, and hopefully only, a Book of Boba Fett. We saw Ahsoka. Apologies to the Book of Boba Fett.
A real apology.
I think we told that story. I think we can move on from it. We saw she was going off to deal with this.
Yeah.
This is the problem she was going off to deal with and getting into that action. And another character we saw in season 2 of Mandalorian, we see in this one, the woman, Morgan Elsbeth.
Yes. Diana Lee Inosanto.
She was the one from
the
the season 2 Mandalorian episode who had the Beskar spear. Right. That was her. So she's now aligned with Balin and his apprentice, going off to do whatever they want to do. Go find Thrawn for whatever reason they want to. It was implied in season 2 of Mandalorian that she was in service of Thrawn. So they might be looking for him
to join up,
and we know
to overtake him. I don't know.
We know from Mando season 3 that Thrawn has his like secret little council of holograms. one of which is a Hux.
He's trying to keep the Empire together. You know what I mean? He's trying to keep the Empire together.
And that's why I think it's going to be that long game, Emperor Palpatine kind of thing, where we see all these worlds and shows come together. And I'd be kind of cool if all these shows were a movie to culminate into. It'd be cool if there was an Infinity War.
Dave Filoni.
That's what I'm
Star
saying.
Wars
It
movie.
feels like that's that's going to be. I feel like a versus Thrawn movie.
Coy, question to piggyback on that. In the comics or animation or novels, is Thrawn shown to be force sensitive? Pardon my ignorance.
Oh, that's actually a good question.
I'm wondering if he could be in contact with the ghost. The ghosts, the dead speak, as
I
we're
don't
told.
think of him as being, but I could be totally wrong because
Rise
the
of
comics are
Skywalker.
so dense. There's
Yeah.
a lot of like, is it canon? Is it not?
Call in
canon?
if you know.
Yeah, let us know. Give us a call.
Well, we did get that awesome name drop right where Ahsoka says like he's the heir to the Empire, which Thrawn's a character from the expanded universe, now known as Legends canon. He was in one of those novelizations, and I remember reading about him like this dude is awesome. We just saw the back of his head in the first trailer. In this trailer, we finally see the face, the red eyes. He, of course, showed up in Filoni's animated series before. Now we got him in live action. He's a Mikkelsen. He's Mads Mikkelsen's brother.
Yeah.
Lads Mikkelsen.
Happy Mickelson, I think is his name.
Hap Mickelson and Mad Mickelson.
So
That would
there's
be great.
Happy, Mads, and Phil, right? Those
Yeah,
are
yeah.
Mickelson.
Oh my
They're
God.
all sneezing.
Good. What's that?
Lars. Nah, we're going with Happy
He'll be happy to me.
Large Mickelson.
Yeah, and we last saw him with Ezra, right? We'll probably get answers to that. We see a little hologram of Ezra.
Yeah.
We saw
Never
the
give up, my friends. Whatever he said.
we saw the mural that was painted like in the Rebel series.
Yep.
Like
Which was
very-
cool to zoom in on and be
Yeah.
like, the translation.
Yeah, we see Chopper. There's that mural right there. We
Well,
see
it's
Chopper
also
driving around.
How great to portray in an animation style characters that were derived
That were
from
animated,
animation,
yes.
right?
But we're all super excited to see, Thrawn be officially welcomed into the live
Let
action
me
universe.
see that throne. Ba-da, ba-da. Babyface and Bluey, so ba-da, ba-da.
Yeah, so
Girl,
Dave
yeah.
Filoni does have a Star Wars film
Right.
on the docket, right? There are a number of Star Wars films in some form of pre-production. Taika Waititi's still out there working on a Star Wars movie, apparently.
I think he changed it to that story about the American Samoa soccer team. That
Oh,
was
okay,
originally Star
yeah.
Wars
He just
script.
pivoted there.
Yeah.
But he's been teasing, Dave Filoni has his Star Wars project and calling it a big event with all the little stories acting as a setup. Kind of what we were just talking about, possibly this series building up some characters to what feels like a theatrical event. He said it's a monumental moment in the time period that changes what's happening. What Tony Gilroy has done in Andor and what we did in Rebels, everything then changes when Luke blows up the Death Star. That's really cool. And I think like a TV show setting up a movie is interesting
Yeah.
for Star Wars right now. And one thing people have talked about in Star Wars in general, right? Like to bring such production value to TV, like how do you make a movie feel different than the series?
You got to bring in other movie characters, I think. I mean, I hate to say that, and I know that that might be a groaner, but how did you make S.H.I.E.L.D. at the time when we thought it was going to be connected to the MCU feel like MCU? You brought in Maria Hill, you brought in Samuel L. Jackson for that one episode, you brought in Lady Sif, right? I mean, it could be as simple as that. It could be your Samuel L. Jackson or your Kylo Ren's or your whoever, or it could be as simple as a Lady Sif. No disrespect to that actress, she's great, but it could be Maz Kanata or little,
Or even like, The Force Awakens starts and Kylo Ren's already kind of doing his thing. We
Yeah.
don't really learn about how you have to read the novelization to learn about how the Knights of Ren did their stuff, what was going on there. So you could see some of that. I know that's a little further ahead in time. I don't know how far they
Yeah,
want
I
to go.
thought they were doing a Knights of Ren trilogy, which would have been a great setup for the combination of all this. But without that gap,
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work for the.
But we also know that all these characters don't make it to the
that
sequel
point.
trilogy. So like
Something
whatever
has to
this
happen.
big theatrical event could be much like more like Infinity War than Endgame, where
Or Rogue One.
or
right?
Rogue One,
Yeah.
where we see that happening. But to answer your question too about how do you make this feel like a movie, we don't get to see this on the big screen. We watch unless you go to some fan
They get
event
it
where they're
one
showing
time.
it.
Yeah.
Like just even the fact that it would be big and large and projected would have
This
like
trailer I
a
would have loved to
feeling.
see in the big
Yeah.
screen. Like this trailer alone looked like a movie. I would love to have these get aired, and I think that if we ever get to the point where movie theaters are being bought by studios, air these. I would be there in a
Put them
heartbeat.
up there. Put them up
Like
there.
if Netflix can buy theaters and if Disney has El Cap, I wish they played them. I'd be there.
Yeah.
You're saying you would love
would
to go
pay
see
to
just
see
a show of trailers.
Just a show. Just trailers. Give us
Trailers,
10
the movie.
Actually, just play that trailer for a feature length amount of time.
Oops, all trailers.
A little teaser for our smash hit show, Oops All Headlines,
I mean-
coming a little later this week.
Sometimes when you go to a screening at AMC, it does feel like it's just trailers.
But
Heartbreak
like
Fizzle.
trailers for Mountain Dew and the U.S. Army and Nissan cars and stuff like that.
By the way, Gran Turismo, is
Yeah,
that the
Gran
name?
Turismo.
I get it. I understand. It's based on a true story, but I don't need 5 minutes of you explaining it to me, piping it down my throat.
You're puking on my lawn.
Get off my. I was thinking of Gran Torino as well. I think I made that mistake.
Let's do that mashup.
Yeah.
Speaking of mashups, guys, nerdriot.shop, our merch providers. We've got this great Boppenheimer shirt, right? We've got Barbie. Oh, there it is in pink. I'm wearing baby blue with the little mushroom clouds and the glasses. You want to be wearing this shirt July 21st when you get your double feature of Barbie and Oppenheimer in. Buy it in pink, buy it in blue. There's also other not baby colors available.
I've got a classic.
Oh, yeah.
Remember this movie, folks?
I don't even know if that Quantumania shirt's still
This
available.
is limited edition.
So if you've got it, put it in a frame. Now, Zach, Brandon, Coy, I don't like to talk about this a lot, but I have what's known as scorched nipples.
Okay.
I can barely
Explain.
put anything on them without screaming out in terror.
You're like Drax.
This Barbie shirt heals my scorched nipples in ways I
Wow.
never
It
dreamed
heals
of.
them.
I mean, I don't know that it heals them, but it allows them the breathable cotton fabric that I desire. I put on a basketball jersey, I'm in the hospital for a month in a coma, medically induced. So I'm just saying, these shirts are soft.
You heard it here, folks. Medicated T-shirts available at nerdriot.shop. Nipple safe.
T-shirts can be therapy, everyone.
Yes.
It's a great way to support the channel and all the work we do here, and to help us fix our toilets.
Yes.
Why would we need that? Nothing bad has happened to our toilets.
That's true. Now, our urinals, on the other hand.
Is John surfing in?
Thank you so much for watching The Break Room. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitch. If you do that right now by clicking the link in this video's description, you can enter to win a free $1,500 Hovsco e-bike. We have one behind us.
You can't see it.
You can't see it, but trust us that it's there.
I have to suddenly leave for a second.
Tommy, please no.
No.
Tommy, no. Whoa.
Why'd they put the big boy in front of the bike? It's humiliating.
Do that.
Put one of these skinny bitches
There's a
in
bunch of
front
ways.
of the bike.
There's a bunch of ways you can enter to win one of those bikes. Subscribing to this channel, following on Twitch,
What bike?
some other social media things. It's totally free. Why not do it? Get your friends to do it. It helps our channel, and it's good for you.
Yeah, and if you're already subscribed, you're like, I already subscribed to Twitch, I already subscribed to YouTube. Check out the link in the description. There's other ways to enter.
And
Get those
it still
entries in.
counts.
It still counts.
Still
It
counts.
still counts. It's still real to me.
Listen to
damn it.
me. You Venmo me $15.
No,
I get you an
don't do
entry.
that. Do not do
You
that.
Venmo me 15.
Do not do that.
You're entered to win the bike. You Venmo me 1,500. The bike is yours.
That's just fine. Okay, thank you all so much for watching.